Hotel, my name is Sutenaten, and I'm going to present a series of videos that will give you insight on you being able to deal with the 21st century, because there's a lot of things that's happening now, there's a lot of things that's going to be happening. So it's very, very important that we have a strong sense of self, a strong sense of self-knowledge. Through knowledge and through knowing, we'll be able to overcome some of the fears and some of the paranoia that has been surfacing on this planet through the human race. And when we're able to attune ourselves to that self-knowledge, we can understand that that knowledge will carry us through the trials and tribulations and some of the catastrophes that could come up during this time. Our first principle in understanding how to know ourselves is to have the knowledge that we have power within us, that we have knowledge within us. How we tap that knowledge, how we tap that power is the issue. And I know in the working sphere, and I know in the world today that there's a lot of people who are busy doing this, doing that, in the making of surviving. And so surviving is very important. So the information I give you will be brief, will be direct, will be simple, that you can go by these particular principles daily, every day. And one of the most powerful aspects of knowing is knowing within yourself that how you speak to yourself is very important. Your inner dialogue, how you talk to yourself. Do you tell yourself that you can't make it? Do you have a negative dialogue? Do you speak to yourself and that you say that I'm too fat, or I'm too skinny, or the way I look, or the color of my skin, or I can't do this, or I can't do that? When you give yourself that type of dialogue, then we have two aspects of what we call self, the conscious and the unconscious. Metaphorically, we can say the conscious is the male and the unconscious is the female. And so the conscious mind, when you speak on the surface and you see the things that you go through and you feed certain messages to the female, the subconscious, then she will take that in and that will be part of your reality. So we must learn how to deal with adversity, deals with trials and tribulations, deal with loss, deal with death. What happens to us every day, we must have, first of all, a positive dialogue, so that whatever comes our way, we're able to deal with it. And these are 5 affirmations that will help you deal with everyday stress and everyday life. The first one is, help me to see what can't be seen. When you're able to do that, and even though things are coming into your direction, you still would have the faith, the understanding that you have power. And before things happen, before you even get into an emotional mood, then you'll be able to subside that because you're able to see beyond your personal self. The second one is, help me to hear that can't be heard. There's a lot of things that's going to come your way that a person can't tell you, a person can't teach to you. And so when you go inside and connect to the subconscious of us, all human beings, is a reservoir of knowledge. And when you speak to her, the subconscious, through positive affirmations, then you will be able to understand, because hearing deals with understanding. You will be able to hear a particular voice within you that will guide you through different trials and tribulations, that will give you the insight on what you have to do. And the more you make the affirmations every day, and when you make these affirmations, you have to be sure. There's no doubt, there's no fear, you know it and you see it. That's another part of it, but we'll go into that into our next video. The third is, help me to smell what has no fragrance. Now, if you notice, I'm using the physical body, I'm using the physical senses as a metaphor for you to gain power for the 21st century. And so when I talk about smell, there's a lot of times I know you've heard of something, this right here don't smell right. There's something about it that's not right. Well, I'm using the metaphor smell, which equates to being able to discern and sense something that's going on in your life, whether it be a relationship, whether it be your job, whether it be any type of situation, you'll know beforehand what's going on, because it just don't smell right. And I know that sounds comical, it is funny, but at the same time, it has depth, because everything that I'm presenting to you, I have tested on myself. So it's practical, and it's helped me go beyond myself. That's another key, to be able to go beyond your personal self, your me, your story. And so help me to taste what has no flavor. Now, when you make all these affirmations, what happens is that you tap into a source that you normally wouldn't tap into. And part of the videos that I present would give you self-empowerment, self-knowledge. And I'm going to get more deeper than this, but this is very simplistic. As I say again, I want to present things to you that are powerful, quick, so that when you get up in the morning, when you get ready to go to work, you can make these affirmations. Before you go to bed, you can make these affirmations. And it'll be powerful and effective. So help me to taste what has no flavor. Help me to feel without touching. What that means is we're always going to be in a state of mind, whatever we're doing, whether we're driving, whether we're talking to our mate, whether we are talking to our children, whatever we're doing, then we're able to feel certain things from them that's nonverbal. That we'll be able to pick up certain things in life that's nonverbal. That we'll be able to pick up situations that if you're going into a situation, or you're going into a house, or you're going wherever you're going, you will have a Geiger counter within you and a system within you that will enable you to avoid the things that if you didn't make these affirmations or wasn't aware of this, because this is the key. Being aware is the key. So the 5 affirmations help me to see what can't be seen. Help me to hear what can't be heard. Help me to taste what has no flavor. Help me to feel without touching. Help me to taste what has no flavor. Thank you. Take those 5 affirmations with you. Say them in the morning. Say them at night. And I guarantee you it'll change your consciousness. Because what true magic is to be able to change your consciousness and change your thinking. I pray for you and you pray for me, soul to soul.